And up next, we have Alka Sharma. So let me get to her. Oh my goodness, I've got to get this out. There's so many things. I'm trying to follow Facebook. I'm doing this. So Alka Sharma is a real estate investor, a girl after my own heart. I love it. She guides women to gain the knowledge, understanding, and confidence to invest in real estate. That's kind of funny because I do a lot of that as well. Helping her clients in the utmost concern. Alka is an accomplished ballroom dancer. I saw some of your videos. That's amazing. She is an amazing dancer.
Oh, thank you.
Having competed both nationally and internationally, she enjoys the high of dance performance and training. Wow, isn't that wonderful? No wonder she has such a great figure. Alka is grateful for all of her experiences that have shaped her today as an entrepreneur, real estate investor. And with that, I give you Alka Sharma.
Well, hi there, Marianne. Always great to be with you. Great to have me again. And it's so truly just amazing. I mean, when we talk about today's summit is about leadership with God. And I absolutely believe that, and I was thinking about this when I was just driving this morning. Um, I was thinking about to become a we leader, you've got to be a me leader. And what stemmed from that was to be a we leader. The God has to guide you to say, okay, you are a we leader. You are guiding women to be on the path of building their financial future, as I had to rebuild my financial future after my marriage had dissolved. So to become where we are today, who I am today, who I am becoming, and what I have achieved, I give thanks to God. Because if we, as a faith-based woman, as you are, Marianne, if we don't have trust in God, if we don't have that communication with God, how can we be in that leadership role? So I think this is an amazing summit because it truly brings about how are we living our lives, what needs to happen. And what needs to happen is that you need, and of course, I mean, I do this every day. The moment I wake up, I'm always in communication to God, because everything, but when I put my feet on the ground, I'm giving thanks to God, because I give thanks to God because he allows me to carry on every single day, whether it's my real estate projects. He allows me to carry on. And I want to talk to the ladies. If you are facing any kind of adversities, as I had gone through a breakup of a very, when my marriage had dissolved, I was left emotionally broke. I was left financially broke. And how difficult it was for anyone to navigate through their lives and to then begin to rebuild their lives. And I'm here to tell you that yes, it's possible. It can be possible if you don't give up, if you don't quit, and you just crumble and die and say and become a victim. And to say to yourself, well, I'm just going to crumble. I'm just going to go inside that cocoon because it's comfortable. And yet, absolutely, I understand it's comfortable. We all want to be in that comfort, be warm inside that cocoon and not to expand and to grow. But so I had to rebuild my life. And Marianne, I had God by my side. God took me out of the darkness and into the light. But I'm here to share with you, my friends, that you too have to do the work. And I had to do a lot of internal work. But that was the guidance from God. And you got to listen. You got to listen what messages you get from God. So, Mira, this is such an amazing summit that, leadership with God, leadership starts within you. And the guidance that you get, the guidance that I get, I can only trust the higher source. I can only trust and go by what I'm doing every single day. Okay, so you have to really pay attention to the message that you get. And I want to share with you also, when I began my journey after when decided to get into an entrepreneurship, when I opened my first business, and that was in the health and fitness space. I had no knowledge of the health and fitness space, but I knew that I wanted to open a gym, have a space, and it was a boutique studio whereby I can have women come in, no matter what your shape, no matter what your size. But I created a safe space so that women can feel comfortable and work out. And because I know, based on my story, when I was in my teens, I felt so conscious just walking into a gym that I did not feel welcomed. And I knew, when I had this vision to open a studio, that I wanted to create a safe space. But that was all the guidance that I got from God, to say that, you know what, you are on this path, you are meant to be on this path. And there are times when yes, we know we have this calling, we know that we're meant to be doing something bigger, that we all have this potential in us to really navigate our lives the best way possible. So when I opened my studio, it was so beautiful to see my clients, how when they first walked in, they were lethargic, they felt tired, they had, lacked the energy, and I could see their face and that they were pale. But when they began to work out, that seeing their journey was so truly transformative. It was just absolutely amazing how they transformed. They got the energy, they were glowing. But these are all the guidance that I got from God, to say that yes, you are on the path you meant to be doing. Open the studio, you're meant to be doing that. And so you got to listen to what is in your gut, what's your gut instinct, as they call it. So your gut is your second brain. And so if you got to listen, you got to pay attention. And when I did that, Marianne, everything changed. And today my life, yes, is really has changed. But how it has it changed is, number one, I believe in God. I communicate to God, and God always gives me downloads, and I go by my instinct, what feels right. And if it feels right, yes, I do it. If it doesn't feel right, there's no pressure. You don't have to do it. So rebuilding your life, right? Rebuilding your life. Yes, it takes work, but are you willing to do the work to rebuild your life after you've gone through a breakup of a marriage or a relationship? Are you willing to put in the work and to internalize, as Laurie talked about, internal work? Are you willing to do that? If you're willing to do that, God will guide you. Yes, He will. There's absolutely no reason why He won't. He will guide you to the best that He always knows. So you got to always do your part, and God will do His.
Absolutely. So true. Like, we really, not just as women, but I know that both you and I work as coaches primarily for women. And we actually met when you had your fitness center, I believe, at Dr. Grant's
Yes,
office. Yeah. So that's
yes,
like
yes.
5, 6 years ago now. Yeah. So
Time flies. I know yes, we did. Yes.
which is amazing. And you look the same. She hasn't changed one minute.
Oh, thank
One
you.
minute is not 6 years, but not even same thing. Awesome. Yes. And absolutely. It's crucial actually for us to follow our intuition in business, because sometimes that's the answer that we're looking for. And we're looking for it
Yes.
externally, in a book, in a course, in a coach. But sometimes you have to just take that step, I get a lot
Mhm.
of I get a lot of people asking me, wow, your coach did a really good job with you. Yes, my coach did an amazing job with me, but also I did the work. Like, you have to actually
Right.
follow, like,
Mhm.
to think about all the clients we've had that have followed what we've said to them, here, go do this. And then they go do it, and then they have
Mhm.
results. And then
Absolutely. Yes.
there's people that are just like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I don't know what she's talking about. I'm not going to do that. And of course, they don't have results, but of course, then we get blamed anyways. But it's all good. It's all good.
Right. I mean, everyone, people are gonna like, there's always that blame. Oh, well, I didn't want to do this, or I couldn't do this, but I wasn't taught the right way. There's always that. But it's up to you. You got to take ownership of what are you willing to do.
Yeah, I find when people taking responsibility for themselves, that seems to be little bit of an issue. It's like we're always looking, the human mind is always looking for someone else to blame. Oh, I'm not like this because of the way I grew up. I'm not like this because I had to file for bankruptcy. I'm like this because, oh, well, I never had any of the advantages. I'm like this because of that. Are you kidding me? Come on. Well, first of all, my coach, who and
Yeah.
he's overcome outrageous things in his life. I've had a divorce. I've had a closing down of a business. I had a very close family member, my mother, who I consider really to be my biggest unconditional love person, pass away, and a bankruptcy, all in a course of about a year and a half, which is tough as an adult. I mean, I was in my 40s and I was just like, oh my God, I feel so lost. I feel like a child. When you lose your mom and then, nothing's working, like all your energy is all whatever. So yeah, you sometimes have to overcome it. Like, what are you going to do? Stand there in that energy forever? No, take a minute,
Yes.
do what you need to do, and then let's move on. Let's, do what we need to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Is don't be a victim. Like, first of all, sorry to hear about your mother,
Oh, thank
but
you. That was a long
absolutely
time
don't
ago.
be a victim. Don't be a victim. Carry on. Life always moves on. But
Right,
how are you moving on with it?
right,
That's the key. How are you moving with it? Are you standing? Are you conquering that?
right.
That's the key. Yeah.
And yeah, and sometimes you just have to, it involves a lot of faith in God for me. So,
Yes,
faith in a higher
absolutely.
source, in a higher us.
It's a
Anyway,
higher us. Yeah.
thank you so much, Alka. I'm not sure where you're coming from. I know you live in Toronto. She's practically my neighbor, not quite. But I don't know if you're in Toronto today.
I'm
You're all,
in Toronto.
oh,
I'm in
you are.
Toronto today. Yes, I am. Yes.
Great. And that's why we have such good internet. It's
That's
amazing.
right.
No rain out today. I'm super grateful for that. I always get scared when I don't look at Mercury retrograde and I've scheduled a summit and I'm like, oh no, here we go.
Right. I know you can predict sometimes.
Sometimes you can't. Anyways, thank you again so much. So
Thank you so much.
I have a lot of regulars here, and Alka's starting to become a very regular person on here. Lori's a regular, she's a regular. And I have a newbie coming up now. So thank you so much, Alka.
No.
Great
Thank
day.
you, Marianne. Thank you. You too. Have a good one.
You too.